We're going to dissect everything today. Carol Leona formally filed for divorce from Hila Moa. Finally, Carol Leona marries David, her hidden lover. For the past year, Carol Leona and David have been secretly involved in a romantic relationship. Love, treachery, and secrets concealed in plain sight are all themes in this tale. Kara's secret is this. We must start from the beginning in order to comprehend the scope of this discovery. Let's go back to the love story that we all believe to be familiar. While on vacation in the Dominican Republic, Carol Leona, a self-assured and prosperous property manager from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, meets Hila Moa, an attractive and much younger aspiring architect. Their connection was electrifying and instantaneous. Their plot revolved around the traditional 90-day fiancé, the younger foreign man, the older American woman, the doubtful family, and the impending K-1 visa application process. Carrara's occasionally harsh, practical style stood in stark contrast to Wilmo's wide-eyed awe at America. They argued, they reconciled, and in the end, they persuaded themselves and us that their love was powerful enough to triumph over all obstacles. They appeared to have succeeded. They handled the visa application process. They settled into married life in Pennsylvania after getting married on TV, frequently updating their supporters on their journey on social media. They were an example of success. However, beneath the well-manicured Instagram pictures and photoshopped smiles, fissures were starting to appear, and they were more profound than anyone could have imagined. Silence on social media was the first indication to the public that something was wrong. The couple's admirers, who identify as Gar shippers, started to observe small but significant changes. The couple who used to post to each other all the time abruptly stopped in early 2023. According to Layla Mo's posts, he was spending more time with pals, frequently in his original home of New York City. Carrara's feed started to concentrate on her job, her girlfriends, and her travels alone. Their affectionate banter vanished from the comment sections. Our extremely close source, who wished to remain nameless, provided us with information about what was actually going on behind closed doors. According to our insider, real life took over when the cameras departed. The age difference got very significant. Was a young man who still desired to go out, pursue a profession, and have fun. Car felt a lot of pressure as soon as she was ready to get married, purchase a home, and have a family. They were arguing over everything, including money and housing. They drifted away. There were multiple major blow-ups. The fade was gradual. Our research reveals that Vamo had left their shared flat by the middle of 2023 and returned to New York City, a move they concealed from the public. The legal bonds of marriage persisted even though they were leading separate lives. This is where the story takes its first negative turn. Cara was not alone in Pennsylvania, while Gamamo was in New York, attempting to make sense of his existence after reality TV. She had already discovered a new comforter, a man our sources only mention as David. For the 90-day fiancé community, the name David had no significance. He was a specter. But after conducting in-depth research and speaking with sources, we have put up a profile of the individual at the heart of the controversy. David is not from the realm of reality television. Our sources suggest that he is a 34-year-old Philadelphia-based real estate investor. He is said to be prosperous, reticent, and intensely protective of his private life. According to reports, he and Kay first connected in late 2022 through similar professional networks. It began rather casually. They were at a gathering for networking. The show didn't appeal to David. He didn't know her identity. All he was interested in was her. Although their connection was based on business, there was no denying their chemistry. It was only lunches at start. Then it became more. According to our sources, Carrara's relationship with David had developed into a passionate and serious one by the spring of 2023, even while she was still legally married to PMO and their split was a secret. However, how did they conceal it? They were really cautious. Thousands of data points were examined by our digital forensics experts. Buddy posts, likes, follows, and geotagging on social media. We discovered a trend. Carr would share a picture from a Cogville coffee shop. At the same time, a friend of David's would upload a group shot from a Philadelphia restaurant. On the side of the picture, you could just make out the sleeve of a jacket Kara had been wearing for a photo weeks earlier. They were carefully avoiding being photographed together, meeting in neutral places, and using friends as shields. This was an intentional, coordinated attempt to conceal the relationship. Why is the question? Was it to protect their own privacy, to defend GMOs, or for some other reason? According to the timetable, Kara and David were together for about a year before she ever filed for divorce. The main focus of the controversy is this overlap. We now go on to the concrete proof. The separation. The formal court records for Kara Leona and Hila Moa's divorce have been obtained by reality TV Cribs. In October 2023, Carrera filed the petition in Pennsylvania's Chester County Court of Common Pleas. The stated separation date of June 2023 is consistent with the reports from our sources that Gilmo moved to New York. In Pennsylvania, the no-fault divorce option is listed as an irretrievable dissolution of the marriage. Interestingly, the records indicate that there was no dispute over the divorce. Limo did not resist, according to this. He accepted the conditions. They have a prenuptial agreement that made asset division easier, and there are no spousal support orders. Just this morning, a court completed the divorce. This marked the end of a challenging chapter for Gummo. According to a source, he is pleased to have it formally done so he can go on with his life, even though he is saddened. In addition to concentrating on his work in design, he has been having a casual relationship with a new person. However, this was not the end for Kara. It was an essential part of a fresh start that was already well underway. Divorce finalization was not a destination. She was prepared to run through the door when it was unlocked. The most startling aspect of our inquiry is this. We can now exclusively disclose that Carol Leona married David just hours after her divorce from Guylem Roger was formalized. Yes, exactly. She remarried on the same day that she was officially declared single. According to our sources, the couple had everything ready and assembled at a private home in Malvern, Pennsylvania, along with a very small number of witnesses. Less than 10 people. It was crazy. A judge was waiting for them. The ceremony started as soon as her attorney called to confirm the divorce was final. It resembled a covered procedure. NDAs had to be signed by everyone. Telephones were gathered. In 20 minutes it was over. After that, they enjoyed a modest meal. A copy of the marriage license application that was submitted to the Pennsylvania Department of Health has been obtained. An essential component of the puzzle is this. 3 days before to the wedding, you must apply for a marriage license in Pennsylvania. It is not against the law to apply for a license while married to someone else, but this demonstrates that Kara and David did so while she was still married. Simply cannot be used until you are divorced. It's an astonishing declaration of intent. It indicates that this wedding was planned weeks, if not months, in advance. Let's be crystal clear then. While having a romantic relationship with David and actively preparing to marry him, Carol Leona was legally married to Burmo. She only had to wait for the divorce to be finalized on a technicality today. This circumstance has a complicated emotional calculus. What is Gua doing about this? His reps were contacted but they did not respond. But our close source gave us some information. He is obviously devastated. It feels like a betrayal to learn that she moved on so rapidly and so severely while they were still together. He had suspicions, but it's a lot to have them validated in this way and to witness the wedding taking place on the same day. Despite his best efforts to act morally, he believes that their marriage and their relationship as a whole have been treated disrespectfully. Social media has seen an enormous response from fans. Globally, the hashtag #GarIceOver trend. The fan forums and 90-day Fiancé subreddit are exploding with activity. The general sentiment is one of betrayal, not only for Hyama but also for the fans who put money into their narrative. Now, others are questioning whether their entire on-screen romance was real. What about David? He marries in the midst of a controversy over a reality TV scandal that he apparently didn't want to be involved in. Will their secret connection be able to withstand the intense spotlight? Even though this story is now public knowledge, there are still a number of unanswered questions. When did it actually begin? before it turned physical? Was it an emotional affair? What is TLC going to do? Will this continue to be a somber off-screen chapter, or will it be addressed in a later episode of 90 Day Fiancé? Happily Ever After. This story of reality TV against real life is timeless. The character we see on TV is frequently a refined representation of a far more nuanced reality. We were led astray by Carrera and Guillermo's story, but the truth was far more nuanced, chaotic, and ultimately devastating for one of the parties. Carrera, Gramo, and David's narrative is still being told. We'll keep an eye on it and keep you informed of any developments. What are your thoughts? Did Cara have good reason to move on so fast? Did GMO make a mistake? Tell us in the comments section below. Additional updates. Recently, Cara Leona has accused Gira Roa of being unfaithful. Carrera says Guillermo might even be blaming her for his own behavior. Concerns regarding the couple's future together were raised when she acknowledged that their relationship was failing. Cara's new song, Criminal, which she released amid this personal turmoil, is regarded by many fans as reflecting her own life experiences and the difficulties she has had in marriage and love. Fans are left wondering if Cara Leona and Guillermo Roa are still together, or if their relationship is about to end due to the reports of a divorce. I'll tell you all about it. 90-day engagement. Guillermo is accused of infidelity by Cara. Believes that he is projecting his own behavior. Hila Moa and Karaba have had a difficult season in AA9. After having their child, Nicholas, they had a communication issue and several trust issues. The 90-day fans participants have started making serious charges against one another. Because Carrera arrived at her ex's house at 3 in the morning, Guillermo was quite judgmental of her. Because of the past, he was skeptical of her loyalty. The reality TV personality seems innocent. However, Cara is accusing him of the same and raising questions about his commitment. She couldn't help but wonder if Guillermo's problems with trust were a result of his own behavior. The reality TV star thinks her husband did something wrong, even though she tried her hardest to prove it. Because of their lack of communication and trust, many people question whether the couple's issues are real or merely a symptom. What actually gives Cara that impression? What happened? Fans have been confused by Cara Base's actions on Hi-Hey. Guillermo Roger noticed that the former was grinning at someone's texts while the latter was ranting about her freedom. His wife casually told him during the Latin night event that she had encountered her former DJ at his flat. He was unprepared for this. The reality TV star found it strange to discover his wife at her former residence around 3 in the morning. He wondered if it was appropriate to bring up Carrera's past relationships. However, Cara informed her husband that she is adamant about her boundaries and that he shouldn't challenge them. She disclosed, "I literally only met this human once in 2011. We have stayed good friends ever since." Guillermo apparently remembers that he was the one who planned to dump Base after their nutshells. Caraba has been attempting to refute the idea that she is the cause of marital conflict on a number of occasions. She made every effort to allay whatever misgivings GMO might have had about her and her former partner. The reality TV celebrity blames their incapacity to communicate for all that has been going wrong. However, it appears like Cara intends to make her husband the real villain by flipping the script. She started to believe that someone was trying to hide something from her a while back. "I find it incomprehensible that he would act in such a manner." She said she feels her mother's comments are coming back to haunt her, but the 90-day finance star spouse made charges. In the most recent episode, Cara's mother mentioned an incident where her son-in-law took a shower right away after coming home from a late shift. Base asked whether Rote is trying to shift blame for his own actions onto the accusations as a result. By sitting down and discussing how they feel they would be better than Carrera and Bamo, the reality TV stars are looking for love and a lasting relationship. They're in the middle of a treatment session. The two seem to be having a lot of difficulties. Fans will have to wait to see if the TLC stars can find a solution or not. Regretfully, Cara and Guillermo's most recent updates present a different image. They are most likely co-parenting their son and do not live apart. Cara claims that her relationship with Bamo is failing. In the most recent episode of 90 Days to a Happily Ever After, Carrera and Bellamo's situation takes a sharp turn. Following Carrera's late-night Latin party with her pals and a former DJ, it appears that the two are having a disagreement. Infuriated by the situation, Gilmo asked Carrera if she was seeing someone he believed had connections to her. Gue and Carrera struggled to understand each other's viewpoints. The former claims that their relationship with the DJ should only ever be professional. HMO, however, is still dubious. Due to ongoing issues with communication and trust, their growing disagreement has admirers wondering if their marriage is about to end. Recently, Carrera and Bellamo's on 90 Day Finance happily ever after have experienced serious marital problems. The well-known couple had a falling out over their previous financial circumstances. Because Carrera's emphasis on music and Guillermo's passion in aviation are incompatible, their relationship has soured. The well-known pair has also been struggling with intimacy, which has led to their withdrawal from one another. Because of BMO's growing mistrust of Carrera, it seems as though their relationship is about to fall apart. Carrera and Bellamo's marital issues were made public on last week's episode of 90 Days to a Happily Ever After. Vermo accuses Carrera of seeing someone from her past during a violent argument between the two in a rare video clip that Ian Online was able to obtain. Guillermo claims that Carrera danced the night away until 3 or 4 in the morning while wearing pearls and a DJ. He feels weird about the idea that she's known the same guy before. His unease with their interactions weakened his sense of security in their relationship. In response, Carrera describes her brief meeting with DJ. In 2011, I got to know this individual. We have been really close friends ever since, she continues. Carrera emphasizes that she only goes to see him for work-related reasons, particularly to promote her music. Despite listening to Carrera, Vilmo is not convinced. Carrera was severely hurt when she addressed Bilmo about his mistrust. He is accusing me of something, but there is no proof of it, and that hurts me, she said. I have never done anything, Carrera continued, proving her steadfast loyalty. She shouts to him, the wildest part is that I have never stopped having your back, indicating her displeasure with their relationship. Fans are questioning whether Carrera and Bellamo's marriage can be saved due to their trust issues. Carol Leona's latest song, Criminal, is a reflection of her own path and personal life. The town is talking about Carol Leona's daring you him as usual. Her admirers have been nothing but encouraging as she has been testing her musical abilities. The 90 Day Fire star is establishing a niche for herself outside of reality television after launching 2 straight smash tunes. With a more intense rendition of her recently released song, Criminal, Kyra has taken her admirers by surprise. To be honest, she stated that her most recent song reflects her own journey. The TLC personality went into further detail on how it applies to her own life. Long a favorite among fans, Leona is vibrant and full of energy. She is currently giving her music the same level of intensity, which has produced a number of major hits. The marriage problems of Carol Leona and the 90 Day Fiancé stars, Jira, with their husband's approval, are highlighted in the most recent season of Happily Ever After. The former is starting a lucrative career as a singer for Boccia. When her husband informed her that he was quitting their job to become a pilot, she was shocked. The TLC couple is struggling to balance their careers while addressing their growing trust issues. Bamo began to doubt Kara's loyalty after seeing her smile in response to a text message. The latter was shocked to hear her husband's charges. She felt that her husband was also concealing something from her. The reality TV star asked Yermo if he had dated other women while he was married to her during the previews. Much to the viewers' excitement, the culprit will be exposed in the upcoming episodes. Carol Leona's latest bold musical single has once again generated a lot of conversation. She recently posted the music video for her new single, Criminal, to her YouTube channel. In a recent interview, the TLC diva talked about her new music. Leona explained that it's more of a spicy energy before explaining how the concept as a whole applies to her personal life. She played a woman who chose to become the victim of treachery herself in order to get retribution after being betrayed. The 90 Day Fire star talked candidly about the heartache that results from intense love that is eventually unrequited. As a result, Cara demonstrated how victims of betrayal are compelled to behave similarly toward others. It is extremely terrible to be honest and trusting with someone and then have everything fall apart, the bachata singer stated in her statement. "I'm never doing that again. I'm just going to steal hearts and I'm not going to care." In the video, Liona can be seen recording her co-stars Josh, Rob, and Jamal's lips